my esteemed members of the Black Knights, I have one thing to say to you. We are so back!
Alright, before we get ahead of ourselves, this ain't a review. In fact, if you're a Code Geass fan that somehow still isn't watching the new season, subtitled Roze of the Recapture, then what I need to say to you is obvious. Watch the first episode immediately. It should give you everything you need to know. Today's video is actually just my and my friend Rom's first impressions when we watched the theatrical release of the first 3 episodes in a theater in Osaka, Japan. But in case you've lost some faith in the series, maybe you fell asleep watching Akito the Exiled, which I would never do, or you're concerned about this alternate universe they made for Resurrection and this new season, then let me address some things real quickly. We've got bombastic, over-the-top characters and action set pieces and a strong emotional goal that drives the narrative forward. We've got the returning theme of the main character leading a double life, contrasting the consequences of truth and deceit, with silly slice-of-life elements. But Roze unfortunately does not have a school festival and a coup to run, so far. And, in addition to the series, is a character that every Gundam fan knows and loves, Char Aznavour. Oh wait, sorry. His name is actually Norlan von Loonberg, who leads a group of knights that seem to actually all have plot relevance, unlike the Knights of the Round. Now I know that was all very vague, but that's just the nature of non-spoiler discussion. So, how about we listen to 2 foreigners wandering the streets of Osaka? Holy shit. Oh my fucking god.
Yeah.
Oh my. They did it. They literally, they made Code Geass.
Yeah.
Again.
It's so far very good.
Yeah.
It's interesting because at least the way they structured the viewing experience of the film, it's just like straight up episode back to back to back. But
yeah, I was surprised by that. I was like, yo, wait, that's it? At the first episode? And I was like, whoa.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm kind of satisfied by that. Actually, that first third,
yeah, that's true.
I was like, sheesh.
Yeah.
And then it kept going. And then it went again.
It did keep going, yeah.
And luckily, that opening was a banger. If it
The
wasn't,
opening was fantastic.
Yeah.
I really liked it.
if the opening wasn't a banger, then I would have been kind of annoyed. But
I kind of wish, that's more of a me thing, but I like the distorted guitar sound. I wanted the drums to be a tiny bit more distorted as well, but it is what it is.
oh yeah. It was only at the very beginning of the song.
Only at the very beginning, yeah.
Yeah, I was like, we could have had a bit more of that, yeah.
Character design is fantastic, though.
The tone of this, having that dynamic range that season 1 has.
Yeah.
Especially because on that 3rd episode, they actually had a break, like a daily life moment. Not a full episode, thank God. We're not doing that again.
Yeah.
But I still do appreciate that, even if it could be a little bit too silly. But I think in this case it was working. It seems like everything that was done in the previous iterations of Code Geass were streamlined and tightened up.
This is
and
true.
given more impact, which is really interesting.
The impact part remains to be seen because particularly with Rose's relationship with Ash, that's really interesting, but yes. I don't know how much depth there is. It's either it's going to be a very, very clear arc of oh, I hate you, and then you're actually really interesting, or you're actually better than I thought.
Something like that.
It's not going to be interesting with that. Where those are the 2 main characters.
I see what you mean.
I mean, at the same time, I like that they're making the female character actually do stuff, which is a refreshing thing for Code Geass.
That first twist was crazy.
That is
to me.
true. That is true.
That was oh man. Because remember before the movie, you were like, oh yeah, there's siblings,
yeah.
but they don't seem similar.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, there's a lot of siblings in that movie.
There are, which I think is going to be a theme.
It might be.
It's definitely some kind of theme. I'm not sure what they're doing with it though yet.
Yeah,
but
I like the idea of that as a theme. There's a lot of depth to be explored with it. It just remains to be seen if it will be explored. Apart from just being oh yeah, we have sibling stuff. which is
Yeah,
already
I
kind of
mean-
weird considering that
Yeah.
Ash likes Roze, but whatever.
No,
Well, okay, Ash likes
Ash likes Sakuya, I think,
Yeah,
and the other one is Sakura.
I think.
Okay. Yeah, they snuck in an incest subplot somehow.
Code
Those
Geass-
bastards.
All I'm saying is that Code Geass is not a stranger to doing that.
It wouldn't be the same with that. No, I'm kidding.
I mean, you said it, not me.
I mean, it is what it is, right?
How do you think the fight choreography was?
Okay, that was interesting. Only because there were certain moments where I was like, I don't know what they're doing with the camera, because it's kind of staring off into, it's focused on one robot and then nothing else. Weirdly, like I don't know. There were some moments where I was like iffy on, but there were others where, like, I mean, it's just Spinzaku again. Like,
Yeah.
he's just like darting around and just like leaping over, and then.
I will say they learned a lot from Akito the Exiles, but like choreography was fantastic. They definitely planned a lot of this stuff beforehand.
Oh yeah,
But somehow almost it feels tiny. Well, that's just a personal thing, but it feels a tiny bit rushed, especially the fight with the shield mech. Like
yeah, I agree on that.
It's like, it
I think
feels
they
like-
could have done a bit more with that character at
they could have
least.
at least had one fight with him before they killed him off. Like
Yeah.
the second one or whatever.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, they might bring him back for all we know. The Code Geass kind of does some crazy stuff. They're going at a brisk pace,
They are.
which is what I liked about Code Geass anyway.
That's true. I just hope it doesn't come at the cost of like development for characters or themes or whatever.
Well, I would agree with that, but it's like in the original series, there are certainly moments where it seems like they're kind of sacrificing chances for that
That's true,
in
that's true.
favor of like the final episode twists and stuff like that,
Yeah.
which they are preserving. I feel like in these
That is
episodes, which they didn't have that in Akito. What was going on? I guess they
Yeah.
tried something new. I shouldn't get too mad, but like this is such a clear step up for me,
Yeah.
and is basically recapturing the essence of what I liked about Code Geass.
I see it. I mean,
And-
that's I will almost say it, like the main mech for this is actually probably one of the better ones in the whole series, I would say.
Yeah, the main mech was cool.
Yeah.
Oh shoot, you might have to just wait. Main mech was pretty great because it was a horse, but then it switches to being a queen.
Yeah.
Like, whoa.
I mean,
it's-
yeah.
And like the way that it like
I think,
switches and the way that it's piloted,
right.
like
that's-
shooting the back of the nightmares.
Yeah.
Ooh.
It's very good.
And of course, it's like some kind of signature move that, like,
Yeah.
yeah.
Only this guy would do
Only
it.
this guy.
I again, that does bring up the issue of I want this guy to have more depth than just I kill people. Before. I mean, did you understand the reason why Roze hates him?
Roze hates him because he killed her father, I think.
Yes. Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
But it seemed like he was remorseful about that particular thing, so that's why I wasn't sure what they were gonna do with that.
I mean, we'll see.
I have a feeling there's more depth, some more context that we're needing.
Yeah, I mean, there's certainly room for it if they want to kind of go with that. But that plus the plot of what seems to be like a more traditional like Code Geass story, it's just going to be interesting to see how it plays out.
I mean, more traditional being
Well, as
just
in-
closer to the
Well, as in like
original.
yeah, as in, like there's two plot threads that they're going to have to try and give equal time for development.
Yeah, exactly.
So it's just how will that happen?
I just can't get over that. Like, they're doing it again, like, which is extremely funny. I mean, we were talking about how we might have wanted something different from Lelouch. I
Right.
feel like we're getting something more similar.
I mean,
but
it's good because like yeah, you have somebody who's like technically pulling the strings, but not nearly to the same extent as Lelouch. Like, I don't think I would classify Roze as a mastermind by any means. It's just more so Roze has this talent for kind of getting in good situations and like letting people do things.
For sure.
Which is a good character type, especially for the like manipulator, I guess.
Yeah, and I also like how Roze is performative like Lelouch, but on the more like magician type style. And
I am a bit curious as to what they're going to do with Roze as a character, because so far the story is just like, oh, I need to rescue my sister.
Yeah.
But like, is there any motivation? Like, why is Sakura becoming the Empress of Britannia such an issue for, like, will there be ideological debates and stuff?
I hope so. I really hope so. Especially because, well, Lelouch is still there.
Oh, that's true. I mean,
Lelouch just was like, yo, some
power.
shit's gonna happen. And I don't know. We'll see. I hope he doesn't show up again, though. I hope it's just him just giving the power, but whatever.
We'll see.
We'll see.
I think
I thought it was fun.
That's the best way they could have integrated Lelouch into the story.
Yes.
So
Absolutely,
I'm okay with
yes.
it.
That's what I was kind of expecting from Resurrection, where it was him just kind of going around and like, well, I thought he was gonna hunt down the Geass users, not give them more, but I guess he has the code, so he'll just. I don't know. Dude has like machinations. He'll have something at the end. I don't know.
Something interesting though is I didn't catch all of it, but I think that when there was the flashback of Lelouch giving Sakura her powers, he said that it would like come like at the cost or something. I think there was something along the lines of it's not all good.
Yeah, some kind of cost, which is what she is believing is her sister becoming an empress.
Right.
I need like a translation for that part because I'm not clear. But
I am curious about what happened like to make Neo Britannia a thing.
Yeah.
Like, it was obviously like Britannia got overthrown by like a new power.
Oh yeah, I think it's just very similar to Legend of Galactic Heroes, that particular moment where the kid from the lineage just is whisked away, and then the kid, it's interesting.
So then the question is, because like at least from the
just some excuse to establish it.
Right. Yeah, but like from the end of this film with the up next whatever, it seems that they let Sakura live, which is interesting.
Yeah, I don't know. Well, that I want to double check the translation for that.
I think that they needed both the two sisters for something. And that's why they kept her captive and not kill her. But I'm not sure. Maybe it was for legitimacy, but I really don't know. Yeah, I would definitely need a translation for that as well.
Okay, well, what about... Well, okay, choreography was excellent at the...
Yeah.
I think I like that they swapped out the chess for, like, fake chess in the first episode.
Oh, yeah.
That was much better for Code Geass because they don't actually care about real chess.
Right, that's true.
And so the fake chess was fun.
Yeah, that was
and then bagpipes.
Oh, true.
Bagpipes and drums.
That's true. The bagpipes are funny.
Oh my god. Dude, I love that that's such a signature. It's just, I hear it.
They made it sound like scary.
Yeah, it's so scary. The drums are so like deafening. I mean, it helps that we went to a specific theater for the sound, which was like a gift from God for us, because like that, wow.
Yeah.
And the way that the lasers sound.
Oh, that's true. The lasers, they sound crisp. Yeah.
I didn't realize that the guns were lasers. I think they changed that or something. I don't know. Maybe they're new guns, which is an amazing change.
Yeah.
At least for that theater. Like, oh my god, that was wow.
Yeah, I mean,
boom.
Yeah, like the what's it called? In terms of sound design, I really liked. This is such a small thing, but the sound of the necklace. Like, it's a small thing. It's not like a new innovation, but it's just.
Oh,
it's
yes, the sound effect on that. Yeah. Oof.
But okay, I will say one thing that's kind of stupid but really funny is the Geass activation. It's so long. It's just,
it is very long. It is incredibly long.
Like, it's not practical at all compared to Lelouch.
He has to take off the contacts.
That's his self-imposed thing, though.
No, he has to keep the contacts on in S2, right?
Yeah.
Or R2.
Yeah.
God damn it, Code Geass. Yeah.
Okay, but
so it's similar, but
just like or just do the collar thing and then do it, rather than like the take off that.
Oh, and then the point.
It's
Hey man, I much prefer to do that.
sure.
It's just a me thing. I love the performative aspect.
It's small.
We're not expecting it to be particularly
Suspension
realistic.
is just for
And yeah. I mean, there's certainly moments where you could expect a bit more realism from Code Geass, but
I mean, I think it'd be really funny if just as a gag, one time when Saka's about to do it,
she totally got screwed over by that.
It'd be so funny.
That would be so funny. Oh my god. Yeah.
So the main thing I want to see from future installments is development on both the two main characters, because right now it's kind of shallow.
Which is, I mean, like they show that certain character traits, which I liked a lot. So I think it's a good setup so far.
I mean, the thing is, I feel like
strong characterization.
This series, I feel like, is severely constrained by this 12-episode format. I feel like it could have been, at least in the beginning, it could have had better pacing. Like, I like the first episode being kind of like the first episode was really good in terms of pacing. But the other ones feel like they could have had moments a little bit longer or a bit shorter, or just whatever.
I think 1 and 2, both the first 2 episodes were pretty strong for me. Because like the first episode, you kind of have to ramp up.
Sure. The first episode I think was good.
Okay.
But it's just the second and third ones are not bad by any means whatsoever.
Right.
It's just like I feel like there were small moments. Where
I thought you said the second was the strongest for you.
No, first.
Oh, the first was strong. Oh, okay.
Yeah, second and third could have been.
I think.
Well, the second was better than the third one. I think the third one's actually the weakest.
Third was. I think it's just they need to set up the world, man. Like they gotta take a breather for a moment.
Well, it's not,
as long as it's not as long as the breathers in Akito, which were like
the whole episode.
The whole like I can't believe that they did that for the whole movie though.
It was.
That was wild.
But yeah. Main thing is just development on two characters. But the music is fantastic. I really want to see more of the music.
Oh man, the music.
Yeah.
Oh man.
And if they have, I don't think they're gonna have another opening or ending for the other. Well, maybe for the other movies they would, but.
I'm just so glad that we got bamboozled by the main character. That's so funny. And they're like they have a similar setup to Lelouch in that the character's leading a double life.
Right.
Oh man. Oh, that's so. And of course she has mind control powers because I don't think the writers know
what to do with it.
Yeah, they don't know what else to do with it. They're just kind of like, this is the coolest way to do this, and will let us do all sorts of crazy shit.
I mean,
because it's so OP. But
it's different because it's by hearing this side, not by seeing.
Oh.
So it's different in every way.
It makes me wonder if you can activate it through robots, though. It didn't seem like it because I thought she was going to use it against one of the characters.
We haven't seen that part yet, though.
Yeah, that lady with the robot. Which also the fact that all the like knights are very clearly defined, and we're like going through them is really really nice because the knights of the round in the original are just kind of like there. Yeah. And very specific ones are important, but yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
Okay, I think that covers it for me.
Yeah, probably me too.
At least a little bit. That was a lot.